GG's, Dandadas, Hyenas, Scuba Dobbs learn from Scuba Steve was criminating, y'all. I rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his military march right here on YouTube. We conducting ourselves the most highest Dandada. We're building our 2026 pyramids, Dandada. We're staying more righteous than ever, Dandada. Life's got meaning, so act like it. Life's what you make it. You can't love it, you can't hate it. It's gonna be simply what you make it. The data, you heard the data. Remember, God chose you because He knew He could trust you. You God's best kept secret. The data, so stay more aware than ever. The data, you heard. That's a fact. The data. Govan Hernandz has been arrested. The data, and I guess the feds had them picked him up. The data. Govan Hernandz arrested. The data, and the feds them picked him up. GG. The mastermind. The mastermind of the whole situation, the data. Hold on. So we're gonna have to stand more on business than ever, the data. You guys, what's goody, the data? You heard the data? So Govan has been locked up, the data. He been arrested, the data, and he got beat up by a PRE goon, the data. And the case, the data, just it's crazy, the data. He's locked up for stalking a girl, the data. Like you get out for masterminding a murder, bro. You think you're gonna get locked up for trying to rob a bank or something, for masterminding a bank, but you get locked up for stalking a girl? Like, what the hell are you stalking a girl for? Govan Hernandz, that nigga gotta have to get celibate, you stalking girls from the 90s? That's crazy, Govan Hernandz, identified as the alleged mastermind behind the murder of rapper Young Dolph, has been arrested. Federal authorities report indicate that Hernandez faced severe repercussions from the former associate prior to his detention, underscoring the escalated tension. This high-profile case, authorities are continuing their investigations to bring all responsible parties to justice. They're not praying. They're trying to bring everybody to justice, Gigi. And they want to figure out more, What you implicating? What you saying Big Juke thing for? Why are you saying this, What's going on with this, So there's a lot of situations that's going on that he feels like it's happening or it's not happening or whatever the case may be, So we gotta understand our business, Gigi. You heard? This for Dolph, He thought this shit was gonna go down. This for Dolph. You want to disrespect Dolph, Yo Gotti's just, I know Yo Gotti's nervous as hell right now, because this man, he be talking. This man just be talking and talking. So, we gonna have to stay more away than ever, because he ain't looking so pretty for this dude, That's a finny, Izzy, That's a fact, So my boy been locked up, You could think, for masterminding the Young Dolph thing. He gets out, He beats that charge and gets back locked up for stalking a female. What? Why did the feds pick this up? What the hell is going on here, bro? If there's something more to it that we don't know, GG, we're gonna have to figure all this out.
By the federal agents right after he got out, made bond off of those 2 misdemeanor charges for stalking and also harassment. Check this out right here. Run it.
The man acquitted in the high-profile murder case of Memphis rapper Young Dolph was expected in court today. Thanks for joining us for the news at 4:30. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. Hernandez Govan was arrested last week on stalking and harassment charges. Braille Brown set in court today and has more on why Govan did not appear.
Hernandez Govan did not appear in court today due to being held in federal custody, but your news leader did learn that he will appear in court on June 18th.
Count 1. We, the jury, found the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment, not guilty in count 2.
Less than a year after Hernandez Govan was found not guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy charges in the death of Memphis rapper Young Dolph, the 47-year-old is back on the Shelby County court docket after being arrested last Thursday for allegedly stalking and harassing a former girlfriend. Court documents your news leader obtained revealed Govan's former girlfriend told investigators he made threatening phone calls and sent text messages, including threats to have someone shoot up her home. She also accused him of threatening to post explicit videos of her on social media. The misdemeanor charges led to his bond being set at $4,000, which he told the judge he'd be able to pay. Today's court appearance was supposed to give us our first look at how prosecutors plan to move forward with the new case, as your news leader expected to see Govan appear before the judge. We learned he remains in federal custody at this time and will appear before the judge on Thursday. At this time, we do not yet have word on who will represent Govan in court, but as soon as we find out, we'll bring that information to you.
You shot straight, but you shot late. High 11. This is the Rundown Podcast.
Healthcare executive Helena Folks never cared about your health. Folks merged CVS with insurance giant Aetna. That year, Aetna kicked thousands off healthcare and raised premiums. Dan McKee lowered premiums for Rhode Islanders. If that's what she did as a CEO, imagine what she'd do as governor.
This was dope, what they thought this was gonna happen, they thought we was gonna get right, they thought that Govan, that the spirits was gonna live on,
I'm gonna give you the
rundown.
rundown.
All the way out business, that's why
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
PRE Goon Sammy, got on his head, beat him silly, then the nigga gets locked up, for a stalking charge, but you know what I'm saying, he's a very disrespectful, right, he comes at these girls, he comes at all these girls, he's gonna come out of so it's a whole situation to the story, you know what I'm saying, he even came at his own fucking daughter, threatening her, that he's gonna fucking go shoot up something or do this. Like, how you gonna threaten someone like that, like, let's get right, so you know this dude, he got a mental case, of just talking out loud, GG.
Hey man, it's OG Jacario. Now back at you with a fast one, just like the last one. And Hernandez Govan is facing cyber stalking charges in federal court. This comes after he was arrested on Thursday, June the 11th, on state charges. And Hernandez Govan, who was arrested on new charges nearly a year after he was acquitted in the death of the Memphis rapper Young Dolph, is facing more charges. Federal attorneys with the Western District of Tennessee confirmed to ABC 24 that he was charged with cyber stalking. He appeared for initial court hearing on Monday, June the 15th.
Like, what real nigga get locked up for fucking for masterminding a rapper's murder, a high targeted hit, you know what I'm saying, that you supposed to think, and then now you're locked up for cyber stalking? Yeah, you're not the one, bro. Yeah, you're not the one. Then you get your ass whipped on camera, Yeah, you're not the one, Yeah, you're not the one, You different, They how and this for Dolph. This for Dolph. What you thought was gonna happen, GG? They still sliding, Angels in the outfield still out here, This cyber thug ass nigga, Look at cyber stalking charges, in custody for federal cyber stalking charges. Like, how the fuck you in custody for federal cyber stalking charges? Nah, I feel like they locked that nigga up, because they know that he's gonna talk, so they gonna have him there talking, They want to be his friend, so maybe he could, like, oh yeah, give me a cyber stalking charge, Nothing too crazy, so they know I could come out, but while we in there, I'm gonna give you all the information for everybody, I know what really happened, Doesn't matter, fuck everybody, GG.
ABC 24 reached out to federal
Yo Gotti better run. Yo Gotti, you might want to run.
Court, where a spokesperson said that the complaint has yet to be released. This comes after he was arrested on Thursday, June the 11th, on state charges. According to court documents, a woman claimed that Hernandez Govan sent her threatening messages and voicemails on June the 3rd and June the 4th. The woman reportedly told investigators that on June the 3rd, Govan called and threatened to have someone shoot up her home over a money dispute. So here it says Govan threatened to have someone else do it, right? Have somebody else shoot up her house. But in the initial report, it said that she said that he said he was going to shoot up her home, right? According to the Shelby County Court records, Govan's bond would say that
this dude is over here cyber stalking somebody, saying that he gonna spray up someone's house, for money, Like, don't you make ain't you on the internet, Ain't you becoming big, You bigger than you ever been before, Pause. We don't even know who you are, You know what I'm saying? You're not even a rapper. You're not no celebrity. You're just known for masterminding the thing of of Young Dolph, and then claiming that you had something to do with the big juke situation or whatever the case may be. You're just trying to throw niggas off and shit like that. But it is what it is, the dollar. Stand on business, bro. But guess what, the dollar? Niggas is on your heels, the dollar. And guess what, the dollar? When you over here proceeding to lie, the dollar, or perceiving to, you know what I'm saying, be mad gimmickle, guess what? The real, you gonna catch the real people's attention, GG. And this is what happened, the dollar. But for you to have federal cyber fucking stalking charges, I don't know what that means, Dandada. Like, you went from a high-ranking person to the lowest rank ever, Dandada. That's a different type of breed right there.
$1,000 on Friday, June the 12th. He was released from jail later on Friday. It was not clear whether the federal and state cases are related. Now, in the WRG News 3 report, it stated that Govan missed that court date for this federal hearing of his, and they said it will resume when he comes back to court, will be on Thursday. So yeah, he missed this federal court date that he had for this cyber stalking charge that the feds have picked up on old Govan. Now, how much time is Govan actually facing for these cyber stalking charges of his, right? This means he's doing this over the internet. So cyber stalking, which means he's not actually, laying in nobody's bushes or, hiding out in the car, waiting on somebody, following somebody, harassing somebody. No, he's doing all this activity of this cyber stalking of this victim of his online, on the internet, okay? Sending messages and threats and things of that nature, okay? Under federal law 18 U.S. Code 22618, a cyber stalking conviction carries a baseline maximum penalty of up to 5 years in prison and fines up to $250,000. Damn, Govan, that's $250,000 you're gonna have to come up with if you have to pay this type of fine for this charge, bucko. However, the maximum statutory penalty.
What in the world, the dollar? So for you mad, the dollar, that you're trying to get some money from this person, the dollar. So you're trying to get money and you dig yourself in a bigger ditch, the dollar. Trying to be Charleston White, the dollar. That's probably what's it like. Come on now, why the fuck are you hitting this person up, the dollar, saying you're gonna do all these action that you're not about to do, the dollar? Like, what type of fucking drugs do y'all be on? What type of substance are you on, the dollar? Because I don't get it. You can't go from masterminding, the dollar, big ass hit, the dollar, the most nationwide hit, the dollar, to cyber bullying, cyber stalking on the internet. Like, what the fuck? What in the world did you just went from being a real one or whatever the case you want to be, the dollar, to cyber stalking? What? You big cyber stalking idiot. Then now you gotta fuck with everybody that actually standing on business for PRE, everybody that's standing on business for Young Dolph, and that's what's happening, the CME PRE Goon, super violated Govan, put hands, feet, toes, fingers, elbows, on this nigga, then wipe them down, wipe me down, wipe them down, GG, pause, no Diddy, they just doing crazy on this man, pause, no Diddy doing crazy on this nigga.
Increases significantly if aggravating factors are present. Now, he did, threaten to shoot up this lady's house, get it shot up, all this here, while her children was in the house. So check this out. So if they convict him of this and find him guilty, right, he can receive up to 10 years if the
this nigga, they let him get away, to have a second chance. You're not about to get away. You see, that's how you know, the dollar, when they know, the dollar, that they got something on you, the dollar, and they got you, and then you got away with it, the dollar, and then your dumbass do something little, the dollar, and they wipe your nose, the dollar. They throw the whole book at you, the dollar. You're getting the whole book, the dollar, for cyber stalking. Why the hell they talk about 10 years or 5 years for some cyber stalking shit? Like, what the fuck, the dollar? This is getting crazy, GG. We gonna have to stand on business. This is getting real crazy, the dollar.
Hence involves use of a dangerous weapon or resorts in serious.
You know what that means, the dollar? That means, the dollar, that they get him for the dollar, what he's really getting charged with for, the dollar. It's for the Young Dolph situation, for anything that he has to fight. Just having a fucking stigma on you and you just not being so sympathetic, the dollar, when you came out. So they're not going to be sympathetic towards you. Like, you act like you was mad sympathetic. Like, you think, yeah, you play your cards right. But then when you got out, you started doing all the interviews, the dollar. Now they're like, yo, you're not so sympathetic. Look at him, the dollar. He thinks shit's a game. Look at what he be saying. Look at what he's doing, the dollar. Now look at what he's doing. But guess what, the dollar? he's about to run his mouth. Maybe he's about to. Oh, you look at that 10. He's about to what? It was Yo Gotti. It was this. It was that. But hey, how can you blame Yo Gotti? Yo Gotti. How Yo Gotti's gonna get implicated to this shit?
This bodily injury. Now he threatened to, have this woman's home shot up with a weapon. So I don't know if that'll constitute as actually, the use of it, which it wasn't because it was just a threat. Okay. But up to 20 years, if the conduct results in permanent disfigurement or life-threatening injury. All right. And then the last one says up to life in prison if the offense results in the death of a victim. Now, we do know both of these last two does not, fit what Govan did. But that first one, they could damn sure try to say that, nah, it wasn't involving the use of a dangerous weapon, but he did threaten to use deadly force on this victim of his. So it makes you wonder if the feds were already on Govan's trail, right? Govan got hands put on him right after he bonded out.
I feel like, so your boy Govan gets bonded out, get his ass whipped, then the feds pick him up, right? This shit crazy. This shit different, What kind of day you had? You had a bad fucking day, You get out of court, get your ass whipped, then fucking the feds pick you up, It's like, what the hell, Like, you're done. This shit's crazy, GG.
Out, all right, met up with Castelia Sammy, P.R.E. Sammy, who put the beats and feets and cleats all upside Govan's head during that physical altercation they had. And, well, now we know that Castelia Sammy.
That nigga put arm, fist, fingers, legs, and toes on a nigga. The WWF style, pause no diddy, that shit, cause that nigga beat him, he said, cause I beat this man's ass, fool, watch this, on live, GG, went live with it, put the live down, like, how you feel, like, how the nigga on live, fuck you up, GG, that's different, bro, you know what I'm saying? Does Govan deserve all the animosity or all the backlash that he's been getting, like he did it to himself, you know what I'm saying? So we got to stand on business, like you actually got a second chance to live, but you refuse. You want to nick and you want to point fingers. You don't want to live, You want to be something else. You want to clout or you want this or you want that, Live, You got a second chance to live, You can't be playing with your freedom, Like, what the hell? Unless you actually know that you could get out by doing certain things or saying certain things, or you got certain information that they gonna want to hit for, that you feel like, oh yeah, you're good, because it seems like you got a trick up your sleeve every time, like you're pulling fucking rabbits out of hats, you're pulling rabbits out of shoes, you're doing your 1, 2, like you're a musician.
Sammy was the one who walked away victorious, saying he beat on Govan pretty good during that altercation, and also he said that Govan's eye was swole up. Right? Like a cartoon knot type of swelling that took place on that eye after that.
Yeah, that nigga took the fucking mugshot, with the beats from PRE. That nigga took a mugshot with the beats from PRE, that shit hit different, You heard? You be alright, like, what the fuck, This dude's he's a clown.
Punching occurred. And we have evidence of this in this picture that Govan took for his mug shot. You can kind of see a little, bump, the little swelling that went down, obviously, after a couple.
Niggas done put belt to ass. I'm caught him outside of the courthouse, nigga. I said, watch this. I'm going to get him. Watch this one.
Couple of days now of that, physical altercation that took place.
Did you know you might get a...
That shit hit different, bro. That nigga. Yo, we gotta see that fight. We gotta see that fight. This for Dolph. This for Dolph. Who the fuck they thought this was for Dolph? That's a fact.
What the fuck going on? Ain't shit wrong with me. Yeah. I bit my lip, you know what I'm saying? When he dropped my hair, man, shit ain't mad. I bit my lip. Yeah. What the fuck going on? Get up with me. I'm blocked.
Now, I came across a video of a young lady who was giving information because she works for the city of Memphis, right? And she was saying there's a lot of busts, a lot of raids that are going on, a lot of arrests are happening with the feds sweeping Memphis, you guys. And, you know, I got to thinking, was, you know, Govan a victim of this? Or now, during this sweep by the feds there in Memphis, this woman was saying that, you know, possibly, allegedly, you know, these people are getting picked up because the state drops the, you know, charges on these suspects, these criminals, right? These felons. And then, you know, they are free to roam back the, you know, Memphis streets and terrorize the city again. She's saying that the feds are coming in and picking up all those cases that the state is dismissing on those felons and locking them up and holding them accountable. They're
like this. They're like, oh yeah, you want to work for these people? You getting paid off? Tell us what's going on. Oh, you gonna let them go? But everybody that you let go, that you get paid off, we gonna pick up You ain't nothing like they think that they're gonna be over here. They're gonna be letting people, you know what I'm saying, get paid and paying off these people and paying off officers and paying, because Young Dolph, they trying to say the Young Dolph case, that they paid off a lot of people, like a lot of people got paid off, a lot of, that's why it's so hard to just have a situation, because it's scattered around. People trying to clean up their tracks and shit like that, so they trying to pick up the tracks, they trying to see what's going on, and they get there, by people making dumbass mistakes like Govan Hernandz, and you know what I'm saying, he's going out and crashing out, now he got, and now this for Dolph, they doing this shit for Dolph, this for Dolph, angels in the outfield, they ain't, you know what I'm saying, they ain't letting up.
So is that what happened with Govan? Maybe not, but we sure see he's now being charged with a federal crime.
So if you don't know, let me tell you what's going on in Shelby County. First off, let me introduce myself, because when I'm telling y'all information, I need you to tell people who you got it from. My name is Dee Reed. I'm a part of the Fraser Democratic Club, and I also work with at-risk young adults in gun violence. So if your cousin, your brother, your uncle, your daddy get locked up so many years ago, the Federal Bureau of Investigations or the feds basically gonna come pick that case up. If the state dismissed it, feds are gonna come pick it up. And that's what's going on in Shelby County. The state does not want you anymore. The feds want you now. I have a participant who is fighting.
They're like, yo, the state is too packed, the state don't want a lot of inmates, the state's already too packed, they already swept up the streets, this shit is packed, they don't want no more people coming in, they probably don't even have room for people, you know what I'm saying, they overfilled, they getting over money, they got the prisons is full, so they're like, yo, send them to the feds, because there's more room over there, we could place them somewhere, so they can get to the bag, you know what I'm saying, they still gotta eat, they still gonna eat, GG.
3 cases, 2 state, 1 fed. And the feds keep adding charges onto him because of old cases that the state has dismissed. I'm not lying, okay? They are trying to regroup all of the people that they lost in the jails, in the prison system.
Yeah, that's crazy, So they're like, yo, if you committed a crime in the past, they're like, damn, you committed a crime in the past, you a felon, so you a criminal, so let's just get the criminals off the streets, who are already criminals. We just can't point fingers, people who didn't get locked up, people who not get locked up. A lot of people turning civilian, so to make the world a better place, and they whatever they claim, they just like, yo, oh shit, he's a felon, he's a criminal, let's see what he's on, oh, get him out of there, you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be righteous, when you out there, just understand, once you get put in the system, you're always in the system, and that might be good. It's like you get picked up, to sit around, and get the state money, real quick, or somehow, get the government some money, like they could make money. It's crazy, they could make money off you, if you don't even know how to make money off yourself, like they could make certain amount of money a year, of you sitting around, and you can't even do that shit sitting around, like how you get money over? How the fuck do we sit around and get money, We gotta learn that. Like how you sitting around getting to the bag, and we don't even know how to do that. The dollar, like, how the fuck we do that? How they do that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna say in the jails because the jail is ever evolving. You in, you out, you getting your money consistently. But in the prison system where there is free.
My boy Tommy the dollar, he said, nah, bro, with the feds, they put your life out. They always got room in the state. They just send you to the feds to finish you, to keep you there. Damn, the dollar. That's crazy. They throw the whole book at you, the dollar. Throw the whole book at you. And then a lot of people, the dollar, they're not really too intelligent, the dollar. I'm not trying to say that niggas ain't smart, but a lot of people, the dollar, they ain't too intelligent, the dollar. And they just go with whatever, the dollar. If you agree to it, then you agree to it, the dollar. It's like, that's what you agree to. It's like they offer you something, you agree to it, the dollar. Of course they're going, like, all right.
Labor. And also the prisons is a business. They have to recoup more black people. So when you think of Carmelo Anthony and why they gave him 35 years, it's not the fact that they gave him 35 years because of the crime. They gave that boy 35 years because they have to add more people to the prison system because the prison is becoming low populated. That's a good thing, but for business people who have invested their money into the prison system, they got to add more people into it. They got to keep it rolling. They got to keep the dollars coming in because the prison is also a government funded program. I'm not telling you for what I don't know or what I think or what the conspiracy is. This is the absolute truth. I'm seeing young men consistently who, if you want to have a switch, just know in Shelby County, in the state of Tennessee, that's automatic 10 years. Automatic 10. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, they don't have to give you the max, but you better know that there is.
Salute, GG. Salute, the dollar. What's good? Peace of love, the dollar. Your boy Govan Hernandz, the dollar, just ruined his get out of jail free card, the dollar. Unless that nigga planned this shit, the dollar, to get knocked off, to get off the streets, the dollar. He already been working for them, the dollar, and he just doing all this, the dollar, to get away, the dollar. And he, you know what I'm saying? But like, you get away for masterminding the murder of Young Dolph to get locked up for cyber stalking, and then the feds pick you up? What? That don't even add up. What type of person are you? So we gonna think that you're so smart that you was the mastermind of the Young Dolph situation and got off the dollar. That's how smart you are to get locked up, the dollar. Like, sometimes the dollar, they miss me with the bullshit, the dollar. Like, what the fuck? He was so smart, but he got, like, look at the dumb shit he does. That's so smart. Like, that it's like Big U so smart, but he did a lot of dumb shit, the dollar, to get himself. Like, if people place themselves, the dollar, to get knocked off, the dollar. Like, what the hell you doing, bro? Like, what makes you do shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what it is? Because you got away with something, so you think that you're so smart that you just, oh my God, I'm big, I'm bad. Nah, the dollar, you got to stay righteous, GG. You know what I'm saying? You can't clean dirt with dirt, the dollar. You got off, the dollar. You should enjoy it. Life got meaning, nigga. So every time you're about to do something, the dollar, you like, look, life got meaning, GG. Like, real shit. We got to stay mad. We got to stay aware, GG. Life got real meaning. But nah, these niggas don't act like life don't got meaning, the dollar. And they don't give a fuck, the dollar. I bet, the dollar.
Is no probation for that unless it's a state case. And even if it's a state case and you go on probation, if the feds choose they want to pick that up, they can come back and pick it up. And the switch, they'll come pick that thing back up. So I just want to let you all know, please stop thinking that, oh, you could do this crime and they're going to give you probation because Pookie and them got that. No, they are probably going to put you on probation, and in the midst of probation, if the feds want to come pick that up or want to put that with some other case or whatever the case they want to, they can do that. Because
Hernandz was like, oh, Hernandz was like, yo, everybody else got slight charges for this shit, the dada. What the fuck, the dada? Ain't nobody. What the fuck, the feds picking up a cyber stalking charge? Like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, nigga, you not normal, bro. You coming off the fucking. They let you go for the Young Dolph situation, nigga, and you acting stupid. Nah, nigga, you not normal, the dada. You're not like everybody else. Bring your ass over here, the dada. What you doing over there?
Federal Trump's state. Okay, so please, you little YNs, you switch toters, you ones that keep it in your pocket, okay, just leave it alone. It's not worth it. They don't care about you. You are another number to the prison system. No matter what they say, no matter how much you gotta shoot your ops, no matter how much you are in a hybrid gang or whatever, just stop. It's really not worth it. It's really not. You could do so much more with your life than trying to be of the crowd, because a lot of y'all have good mamas and daddies, or your mommy and daddy may not be together, but you got good parents who will do whatever they can to make sure you're okay. Okay? If nobody told you today from looking at this video that they love you, the girl from Frasier loves you most. Okay? Love y'all. Stay out the streets.
Welcome to Iron Beam, the future of futures trading.
That's a real acknowledgement, bro. Stay out the damn streets, GG.
Makes you wonder whether the Feds trailing Govan that day when he got into it with old Castelia Sammy right before he was arrested. Did the Feds sit back with a bag of popcorn, a Coke, and watch old Govan get the informant wires beat off of him doing that physical
Facts, and he probably was saying shit to Dada, and the dude was probably saying shit, and the dude probably said shit to Dada, like, oh yeah, Dada, you know what you did to Dolph, Dada, fuck you, Dada, and he probably was like, oh, I don't give a fuck, Dada, you know, and shit. They're like, what? Dada, hold up.
Well, who knows? Because it sure seems like it, because right after that, you have Govan getting arrested by the federal agents. So that would be very diabolical if they sat back just to see what Govan was going to do in that whole situation, you know, because they didn't know how it was going to turn out. They didn't know if Govan was going to, you know, pull some type of self-defense, you know, argument if he would have shot this guy. You know, they didn't know if he had a gun on him or if it was going to turn out with just a fist fight, as it did. So Govan got acquitted on all those charges in that Dolph murder, only to turn around years later, a year later at the most, and get, you know, more charges that could lead him to at least do 5 years at the minimum from what I'm seeing. But if they try to enhance those charges because he's a felon and things of that nature, right? This woman says that she, you know, feels like her life is in danger, right? So they label Govan as a danger to the community, right? So the feds ain't giving this guy a bond. Now the state did. And once he bonded out, the feds, you know, picked him up. Pretty sure there's some video footage out there somewhere. And I'm pretty sure that might be coming out, you know, in a later date from now. But yeah, man, Govan was arrested by the feds. And many people start to speculate as why? What did Govan do federally? Well, now we see this cyber stalking is a federal charge, as we know now. And it's carrying some serious time, you guys. So, you know, who knows how this is going to turn out for old Hernandez Govan.
Cyber stalking. So anybody being a cyber bully or a cyber thug or cyber stalking someone, cut it out, Dada. Real shit, Dada. Cut the shit out, GG. You don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to cut it out, GG. Stand on business, Dada. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. God's best kept secret. Don't be playing around out there, Dada. Look at Govan. Got a fucking, look at his eye. Look at his left eye. His left eye is messed up right now, GG.
Wow. Now, a lot of people were also saying that it could have been, you know, tied to the Young Dolph case. And even the article said, you know, it's not clear if it, you know.
Yeah, they trying to say that they're not too sure what they going to do. They still try like look into the Dolph situation, like, you know what I'm saying? Which is, I guess, like, you know what I'm saying? The way that Dolph went out, a lot of all that for Dolph, like, this is unnecessary, It was unnecessary, the Dolph situation. Dolph, bro, all that for Dolph, They ain't playing about Dolph, This is for Dolph, All different ways, God works in different ways, And, you know, spirits talk in different ways, different motions, and this is what's happening.
You know, is related to the Dolph case or not, and they would bring us more information. But it sure makes you wonder if Govan is, you know, going on all these podcasts and putting information out there, you know, unsolved murders as far as Yo Gotti's brother Big Jook goes. Govan saying he know who killed Big Juke, right? He knows how many people were in the car. He goes into deep detail. Now, he didn't already said he knows. And
right, that's a lot, Dada. Govan be out here saying that he knows a lot about this or a lot about that or a lot about that, Dada. Like, bro, what the hell do you know, Gigi? What do you actually know, Dada? Like, Govan, Dada, now you going now for doing all the interviews, trying to say, you know, the big dude, the PRE dude, Daddy-O, and you know this person, and you know Key Glock, and you know Yo Gotti, and you've been around Yo Gotti, and people want to know what's going on, bro. It's like you that's like
everybody knows in Memphis who killed Big Juke. See, that's a broad statement. Now he's updated his information and given more details on how many people were involved on the hit. Possibly 2 of the people, the suspects, are dead, is what Govan is also saying. There's no doubt about it. The feds probably have seen that interview, that recent one he did with Ratchet TV, you know, over talking himself. But as of now, they're saying the only charges that we know of that Govan is federally being charged with is this cyber stalking of this female that he was threatening over the internet.
This game.
A mastermind, Dada. Oh, he's such a big mastermind, Dada. He got threatened females, Dada. Like, yo, I ain't got you shouldn't have no time, Dada, to waste, Dada, on arguing with a female, Dada, online, Dada, or whatever the case may be. Like, real shit, Dada. Like, I really ain't got. You're a female. I'm not even arguing with your ass. Like, I'm not even going back and forth with you, Dada. Just go about over there, Dada. Like, we don't got time for the You got time to get tricked out your position, Dada. When God gave you the opportunity, Dada, to start over, Dada, and move forward, bro, Dada. People lost so much, they go through so much, Dada, but they just don't. It's like they don't, either they don't care, or they just lost, Dada, already, Dada, too far in, Dada, in the pain that they just don't want to fucking look up. Like, look up, Dada. The sun is shining, bro. You're peaceful. You can chill. You can eat. You can sleep. You can live, Dada. You can do what you want to do, but everybody want to do the most, Dada. Let's not do the most, Dada. Let's do what we here to do, Dada. But damn, Dada, this for Dolph.
Hernandez Govan. It ain't looking good, homie. I'm just here to tell you, man. Because you know you did sign for that 10 years, boy. Now, imagine this. You signed for the 10 years for the murder of Dolph, the little plea deal or whatever. And that was real low, considering that, you know, even one of the shooters, Cornelius Smith, he told and only got 20 years.
Oh, shit, Dada. Right? He told you and he got 20, Dada, and you got 10 suspended? I didn't know he had 10 suspended. I thought it was like...
But Dolph's family turned down the plea of 10 years by the state for Govan to serve behind that murder of Dolph. So Govan takes it to trial and beats it. Wow. And now you're facing at a minimum of 5, but if they hit you with these habituals, say,
Manny's at the same place where Govan's at, Dada. Manny and Govan, Dada, they in the same place. They go for the same shit, Dada. Not that literally the same shit, but shit. This dude, Dada, mastermind, alleged, Dada, of the Young Dolph situation, Dada, of the Young Dolph murder, Dada. Now he's locked up for a cyber thing, Dada. That shit's crazy. Cyber stalking? Like, who the fuck you cyber stalking? Cyber stalking is like fake stalking somebody. Like you harassing someone on the internet, Dada. Like, what do you get from harassing someone from an internet or saying stuff like that? Like, we are like, how does this work, bro? Like, this is different, bro.
Hernandez Govez. You fried, you cook. You stir fried. Then you are baked and flame broiled and then barbecued and skewed. So yeah, it's overdone, man. So that's what you're looking at right now, Govez. And, you know, like the information I gave you earlier, shout out to that sister. You know, she's in the system down there working and she sees what's going on. And she gave our boys the game. You call with them switches out there in Memphis. Your ass is grass, boy. Get your ass smoked by the legal system, right? Literally. Now, one of Hernandez Goviz's top ops, Woody, he checked in again to give another update on if the boxing match, that him and Hernandez Goviz is supposed to allegedly, sign a contract to, have this fight in the future sometime. Doesn't look like it's going to happen because Goviz might not get a bond from the feds for one. He might have to stay in there until he's, tried in trial. And also, right, this back and forth that they have, they're supposed to link up and box, but as we see, it's just a bunch of, back and forth insults and also, threats of putting their hands on each other, which, a lot of people look at it as
man, this for Dolph, they should have already said, but I'm saying this is when you think that life is so good, that you got ahead of yourself, you know what I'm saying? You bit more you can chew, you're doing this internet shit, you know this internet shit's fake, you know this internet shit's all play, and you sitting here, trying to use this shit as a street method, No, the internet is not the streets, the streets is the streets, the internet is the internet, So when you get into the internet, make sure that you understand this, you get that shit out your system, put your pride to the side. Hey, yo, move to the side, pride, Don't be coming out no females, don't be going back and forth, what, that's a female, whatever. Let her say what she wants, it don't even matter, you know what I'm saying? But you're doing the most, and that's when people start to realize, like, who is this kid, this dude, He was acting so sincere about the Young Dolph situation. Now he's switching up, So what the hell? Like, they gave you the benefit of the doubt, Like, you lost somebody, you lost some people, They gave you the benefit of the doubt, But it seemed like you just don't care, Why will you just keep it, how you had it, But no. You want to do that, now they're going to see what it is with you.
Entertainment. And, if these two was to ever meet up, I'm pretty sure, something may ensue from that encounter. But, yeah, as of now, Goviz is, facing the feds. And, no pun intended. Goviz is facing the feds. Woody is hoping to run into Goviz behind this whole lip boxing, tongue wrestling that they got going on now until they get in that ring.
You been big for this ass whipping, boy. Tell Ada Ross and them to call me. I beat your ass, Hernandez, Goviz, Hernandez. You confused, discombobulated shit. Let your sucker ass slide. But today, you can get it, boy. And you ain't gonna do nothing to me but get on the internet and talk. Suck. We know a sucker when we see one. Foot long, built ass. Don't piss me off, boy, because I don't get tired. And this on Jesus Christ, I'll knock your whole.
This woman in Kansas City searched her name and found 6.
Yeah, Govan's not like Govan, he plays too much, He plays too much, He want to come at Gucci, come at this person, come at that person, come at Pusheisty, say shit about Gotti, say shit about Dolph, say shit about, like, we understand, but you know what, It's like you could do all that, if you actually gonna be righteous, GG. You gotta be righteous, You can't be doing all that. You're not gonna be righteous, You're gonna be doing worse shit, Now you're coming at this person, coming at this girl, coming at hold on. Love and blessings to everybody, and you do your thing, But damn, GG.
And let me add, like the sister was saying, okay. These feds, they come back in and they, pick these state cases up, especially if you have a whole bunch of cases and, things that were being dismissed by the state. They tend to add them charges, those cases, right back onto your federal case when you catch that one. So, let's start right there. Could they also come back and add more charges, add another case, follow me, to Hernandez Goviz in the feds? Sure seems possible to me, because now he's, gave inside information as to what happened to Big Jook out there at that family function, that repast right after the funeral for one of their loved ones. Is this related to Young Dolph? Well, they can also add that case on. It's from what I'm hearing. If Govan had anything to do with any of that murder for hire, that conspiracy to first-degree murder of Young Dolph. So who knows, you guys?
They said, what? Big Joke, the Dada. This dude was Big Joke or Young Dolph. What this dude doing, the Dada?
And that's 2 cases, man. Let's not forget. You know, that's Dolph now being entangled because he said out his own mouth on this podcast with Ratchet TV, when asked by Ratchet, look, do you think, what happened to Jook was behind Dolph's murder? Govan said, of course. Well, I'll be damned. Now, you see how all this shit comes full circle? It's all starting to make sense now, Govan. The more you...
I mean, what else would it be about, the Dada? Young Dolph died, the Dada, then Big Joke died, the Dada, like... I mean, that's pointing out the obvious, the Dada. Someone who don't even know none of that will point that out, the Dada. Like, you could have asked anybody that question, GG.
Talk, bucko. Wow. Yeah.
So, what did that have anything to do with Dolph?
Do what?
Jook being killed.
Of course.
And you believe it was the other side that did it, or you know?
I know. I know who killed you. I know the person that pulled the trigger. I know the person that was on the passenger side.
How many people was it?
3.
And them 3 probably couldn't do an interview today.
2 of them couldn't.
So who's the third? Where's he at?
Same place where we are, breathing and enjoying air.
He went ghost.
He doing what he do.
I got you. So if Jook was...
Let's get to it.
Do you think Jook would have been in jail if he was still alive?
Of course.
Now, that's the type of shit the feds will pick up on, right? Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? You know this and you know that.
That's crazy, the Dada. That nigga, the Dada, he said he know the people that, oh, what the fuck, the Dada? Do you, the Dada? And you know what they doing at this very moment? Like, you didn't, like, how do you fuck you know what they doing? Oh, you should, I don't know, how the fuck do you know what they doing? But you know, some people, the Dada, they actually don't know what they doing, the Dada, just say, oh, breathing air, doing this. That's not really saying too much, bro. That's just talking, bro. That's just like breathing air. Like, that's nothing. Like, you're breathing air. Do you actually know where he at? Or he just breathing air? Like that's not, everybody's breathing air. Everybody enjoying life. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Yo.
Here in the high-profile murder case of Memphis rapper Young Dolph is now facing new charges.
Hernandez Govan is charged in connection to allegations he threatened an ex-girlfriend last week. WREG Streeter Patterson with what happened in court and what's next.
Team, also known as DRT, a specially trained tactical unit, escorted the 46-year-old into court.
I'm happy about your charges. You are charged with harassment and stalking.
Your news leaders were able to get a copy of the police report filed after Govan's ex-girlfriend called for help. The report summarizes what she alleged happened, causing her to, quote, fear for her safety and the safety of her child. His former girlfriend told police Govan made phone calls and texts threatening to post to social media explicit videos. It's also alleged he threatened to have someone shoot up her home. After officers and National Guard members reportedly checked the area, it's alleged Govan sent yet another message saying, quote, the National Guard can't save you. They can't be there forever. Friday's arraignment did not take forever. In fact, it was over within a...
He said the National Guard. Why would he say the National Guard? Yo, this dude's different, bro. Like, who the fuck in the world of that? Look at this nigga better not have no past tense dead girls or baby or anything like that. Like, he's, you know what I'm saying? We gotta check into this dude.
A matter of minutes. bond was set at $4,000. The judge has since ordered him back to court Monday. We'll keep you updated on what happens next.
Man acquitted in the high-profile murder case of Memphis rapper Young Dolph was expected in court today. Thanks for joining us for the news at 4:30. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. Hernandez Govan was arrested last week on stalking and harassment charges. Braille Brown set in court today and has more on why Govan did not appear.
Hernandez Govan did not appear in court today due to being held in federal custody, but your news leader did learn that he will appear in court on June 18th.
Count one.
Hernandez Govan was found not guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy charges in the death of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. The 47-year-old is back on the Shelby County court docket after being arrested last Thursday for allegedly stalking and harassing a former girlfriend. Court documents your news leader obtained revealed Govan's former girlfriend told investigators he made threatening phone calls and sent text messages, including threats to have someone shoot up her home. She also accused him of threatening to post explicit videos of her on social media. The misdemeanor charges led to his bond being set at $4,000, which he told the judge he'd be able to pay. Today's court appearance was supposed to give us our first look at how prosecutors plan to move forward with the new case, as your news leader expected to see Govan appear before the judge. We learned he remains in federal custody at this time and will...
Yo, Govan knows how to he knows how to act to a courtroom. As soon as you go to court, that nigga's a whole different person. Yes, he's not like this dude's a whole nice person. You can see he want people to sympathize for him. Like this dude's like God gives you chances. Why would you want to be texting when you could be watching TV? You could have been filming yourself. You could have been interviewing. You could have been by the beach. You could have been on a yacht. You could have been on the water. You could have been doing beach. It's summertime. You could have been at a water park. You could do this. Like, what is it that you want to do? Like, what do y'all want to do? It's like y'all want to, like, these people, bro. We gotta stay
appear
aware.
Before the judge on Thursday. At this time, we do not yet have word on who will represent Govan in court, but as soon as we find out, we'll bring that information to you. Of course, your news leader will be right there in the courtroom, and we'll keep you updated both on air and online. Reporting for your news leader, Braille Brown, WREG, News Channel 3.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. UPTV, make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as it's been a wild week for Hernandez Govan, as he's been all over the timeline for going to jail, then getting out, then getting into supposedly a squabble that hit a lot of blogs all over the timeline as well. Then now, as y'all heard right there, he was supposed to be making a court appearance and ended up being taken in by the feds. And I had a link in the description where you can watch them clips in the beginning in full from WREG and also Fox 13 out of Memphis. And I'm going to get over into this write-up in just a second to kind of just go off of some things that he's facing, as everybody in the game saw the court case, the trial, how everything went down, and the Young Dolph murder case and things, as he was supposed to be the mastermind behind it, ended up getting found not guilty in court. So as of late, I've been seeing him on the interviews, on the blogs, making appearances on different platforms, kind of be like breaking certain little news that be happening behind the scenes. But when this broke right here, I was like, man, what's really going on? They saying cyber stalking, bullying, threatening to put out photos, then saying that, hey, they gonna come with the national, he ain't worried about the National Guard. And I'm like, whoa, that's wild to say on a text message in itself, because with everything going on with him, I would think that he would like have in his mind, people all watching me, just keeping it all the way 100. But then next thing you know, this fight breaks up after he go to court and face those charges. He get out, he was popping it at Lil Woody because Lil Woody had said something about him, I guess saying he was running behind a female. I didn't even see what Lil Woody said. I just seen his response make a few blogs where he was popping it at Lil Woody. The next thing I know, he in a fight. Looked like they all over the place on live is what it looked like to me. Like they was having a squabble on live. I don't even know if that was new or old right there, but he was squabbling somebody on live. They was wrestling, he pulling out, all type of stuff going on. The next thing you know, they say that he got picked up by the feds. The charges. He is facing federal cyberstalking charges, which carry a maximum penalty of up to 5 years in prison if convicted. The domestic incident. The charges stem from an early June 2026 domestic dispute. He is accused of repeatedly harassing a former girlfriend, threatening to shoot up her home, and threatening to post explicit media of her on social media. State versus federal custody. Govan was initially arrested by the Memphis Police Department on state misdemeanor charges. After being granted a $4,000 bond in state court, he was immediately taken into federal custody under a FBI warrant. Federal prosecutors have requested that he be detained permanently without bond, citing him as a danger to the victim. It says, allegations and evidence. The federal cyberstalking charge stems from a domestic dispute reported on June 4, 2026, involving an ex-girlfriend, according to court affidavits. Violent threats. Govan allegedly placed threatening phone calls and sent text messages over a financial dispute, threatening to hire someone to shoot up the woman's house. The National Guard message. After local police and National Guard units checked on the victim's neighborhood, Govan was reportedly texted her, "The National Guard can't save you. They can't be there forever." Extortion. He allegedly threatened to leak explicit photos and videos of the victim on social media networks.
What the fuck, this nigga went crazy, When you go look and see the National Guard out there and you gonna come at this person, yeah, you different. National Guard there, oh shit, the National Guard there, what the hell, what the hell you, you, this dude, who the fuck, he got into character, he just thought he was he was in a movie mood, real shit, he was in people's bushes, bro, what are you doing? The National Guard's out there, Can someone slap this thing in the head and say, National Guard's out there, buddy? Interpol? Who the fuck you think you are, sometimes, you gotta know when to fold them, You gotta know when to fold them. What are you doing?
And I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Feds getting involved, they gonna play the game how they want to play it. Up to 5 years for what he said right there. And it seems like they finna go for the gusto on him because of the fact they got the clear-cut evidence in it. Situation happened with the Dolph case, right? But it seems like with this right here, they really going for it. I mean, that they was watching you the whole time, paying attention to what you had going on, waiting for your name to come out back in the database. Hey, he got arrested. Y'all let him out on bond. We gonna go get him, pick him up, and we gonna put him on a federal hold now. And we gonna push these charges up, saying stuff about the federal guard, the federal National Guard, and everything like that. And it's some type of money.
Yeah, they don't play with that shit. They ain't playing with you, bro. Who the fuck? You come out the National Guard, GG. So you're not gonna have and now you wanna act all extra tough and shit like that. Guess what? The CEOs ain't gonna be helping your ass in there, They gonna tell them to just throw them in there, with all the PRE members, If there's PRE members in there, throw them in there with all the PRE. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Govan Hernandz while he's locked up, GG. If Govan Hernandz stay all nice and dandy, is he going through shit, GG?
This month of Hernandez Govan's life has probably been one of the most troublesome since being called the alleged mastermind and tried and found not guilty of the Young Dolph murder. Now Govan finds himself back in legal troubles, behind bars, federal bars at that, where Govan is seemed to have been jumped on by a bunch of the inmates as soon as he made it into this federal holding facility.
Yeah. CEO King Munchie, man. We are live from the track hog, man. You gonna hear first, man. Hernandez Govan, man. Feds to pick this mother for cyber bullying, man. But that ain't the news, though. That's everybody, my mixtape, everybody got that news. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about that. But y'all don't know this, though. They done already whooped that, man. Man, they already got punched on. Soon as he pulled up, man, they checked in, man.
You shot straight, but you shot late. High level.
Man, I ain't different, As soon as he came in, they jumped on him, He thought this shit was going. He thought he was good to go, He thought he was having a good state, They actually jumped on him. What's popping, Ali? What's good,
Back at you with a fast one, just like the last one. And say Hernandez Govez. They say them O-Ns, them Y-Ns, and them G-Ns. You know what I mean. Was on your ass like booty out, man. Pause. And in this federal holding facility until his court date, which was said to be on Thursday, but obviously they moved it up until today, Tuesday. And since there's no cameras allowed in this federal courts, you know, in these United States of America, guess what? We can't see what's going on in there, but we damn sure know that Govan was in court today. Check it out. Run it.
Well, the man acquitted in the killing of Memphis rapper Young Dolph is now facing a federal cyber stalking case. He's doing federal court this afternoon. Fox 13 told you that Memphis police arrested Hernandez Govan last week on state charges, stalking, harassment. Police said he threatened to have someone shoot up a woman's home in a dispute over money. And when she called for help, investigators say Govan sent her a message that read, "The National Guard can't save you. They can't be there forever." Govan was indicted in the Young Dolph murder case, but a jury acquitted him last year. Back then, Govan said he was going to move out of Memphis.
That was so stupid, Dada. That was so dumb, Dada. I wonder who. He probably thought he was Charleston White for a second, Dada. He thought he was Charleston White. They was gonna let that, Dada. Like, Charleston White knows the law, Dada. Like.
Now this slide on over here to CEO King Munchie live from the track house to see, you know, the particulars and hear from him, because he broke this story on Govan, as he calls him, being jumped on, assaulted, right, in this federal penal farm there. Let's check it out. Run it.
Yeah. CEO King Munchie, man. We are live from the track house, man. You gonna hear it here first, man. All you suck type ass podcasters, man. You can't with me, man. Shitty ass, man. You can't with me, man. Whack 100, man. You can't with me, man. Yeah. Woody, sucker type nigga. All these niggas got me blocked, by the way, man. They can't handle a real man. You know what I'm saying? They blocking like they some hoes or something. But anyway, man, Hernandez Govan, man, he got me blocked too. But don't even worry about it, though, because he got his own self blocked, man. Them niggas down there in the penal farm right now. But y'all don't know this, though. They done already whooped it, man. Man, that nigga already got punched on. Soon as he pulled up, man, they checked in, man. They might cut the penal farm, checked in PC, man. They whooped him. Get how they whoop him. They check in PC too. Man, went down that motherfucker to the PC like, I'm gonna be cool down at PC, man. Yeah, you know I gotta check in. He check in PC, man. Them said, he wanna check in. We gonna check in too. I done whooped him, and that's on my mama, man. It's going down, man. News you can use, man. Yeah, man. Real news, though, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's crazy real, Dada. He said this nigga got nervous, Dada. Checked in PC, Dada. He was like, oh, fuck. They knew Govan. They knew Hernandez Govan was about to come into the jails, Dada. So they was waiting for him, Dada. Like, oh, yeah, we waiting for him. Dada, when he came in, he checked in, Dada. But he checked in, Dada. They said, oh, he want to run? They checked in, too, he said. He said they checked in. They followed us. Check us in, too, Dada. Fuck it.
Hey, man. You heard it here first. Yeah. What they say? Oh, wait, man. You heard it here first, man. Yeah. Gotta get it to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best to do this shit, man. The rest of them things, suckers, blocking shit. All them niggas got me blocked, man. But they gonna see this, though, because this shit going fed. Yeah, this shit going fed. CEO King Munchie, we are live from the track house, man. City news, though. You know what I'm talking about, man? Memphis news, make it easy money, pure house of style kind of news, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? News you can use, man. Game for your frame, man. Yeah, man, you got to pop it, man.
Damn, it's been a bad week for Govan Hernandez, Dada. The PRE sent me the booth, Dada, don't beat him, Dada. Like, he getting beat up. He got beat up, Dada. He thought he could go high, you know what I'm saying? Go a smooth selling, Dada. They done got that nigga too, Dada, over there, Dada. He tried to check in, Dada. They followed him, Dada, to the nigga. You ain't checking in, Dada. You ain't running from this for Dolph. This for Dolph, Dada. Fuck you thought this shit was? Shit crazy.
Of old Hernandez Govan, who got hands, feet, toes, and elbows, and whatever else God knows happened to him during that physical altercation with one of the PRE, Paper Route Empire members. He ran into one of the affiliates of Dolph.
Beat this mine ass, fool. Watch this, fool. I'm down to beat this mine ass, fool. At this part, watch this. I'm driving phone dead, fool. My phone dead shit. I'm trying to beat the man on line, cuz. Oh God, cuz my phone is dead, cuz. I'm a bitch for knock his ass. Just come out here, cuz.
They really, what the
In
hell
Rhode
is he
Island,
doing?
keep
The
it real
data.
with the all-new Valley
See?
Bet Casino app. Play
See, that's what Govan Hernandz is doing, pulling up the people fighting under data. You're a YouTuber now, nigga. Fuck you doing, pulling up saying that the data getting. Yo, this dude's different.
You shot
What
straight,
the
but you
heck?
shot late. High level. This is the rundown part.
And also, he was stalking her and harassing her. He was jailed over that. And they say he can even receive up to a year if convicted on those misdemeanor charges, man.
The man who was acquitted last year in the high-profile murder case of Memphis rapper Young Dolph is now facing new charges.
Hernandez Govan is charged in connection to allegations he threatened an ex.
Like, why are you locked up? You coming out the data and fighting the data. Like, what are you doing the data? Like, you just got out on bail the data, now you're fighting the. What are you doing the data? I know they was like, wait a minute. This don't add up. You just got out. Anybody would go home to that, take a shower or something like that. You over there pulling up to fight someone real quick.
Girlfriend last week. WREG Streeter Patterson with what happened in court and what's next.
Donning a red gel uniform, something you often see with those considered high profile, was Hernandez Govan Friday. 3 members with the Shelby County Detention Response Team, also known as DRT, a specially trained tactical unit, escorted the 46-year-old into court.
I'm happy about your charges, Mr. Govan.
It is here where he faced Judge Greg Gilbert, who informed him of what he's now facing following his arrest the day before.
You are charged with harassment and stalking. Each of those offenses.
What landed Govan in custody reportedly happened last week. Your news leaders were able to get a copy of the police report filed after Govan's ex-girlfriend called for help. The report summarizes what she alleged happened, causing her to, quote, fear for her safety and the safety of her child. His former girlfriend told police Govan made phone calls and texts threatening to post to social media explicit videos. It's also alleged
this dude the data, he gets knocked off the data for the alleged data mastermind is a Young Dolph a murder the data. He arrested for that the data, right? He gets out the data to get locked up for cyber stalking. Like, you cyber thug, you big cyber head. Like, how you got anything cyber on you, Dandada? Like, but you the internet, so now you cyber stalking someone. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you a real one. You a real criminal, Dandada. Like, you niggas brought you on. You thought the internet was the streets. You done cyber stalk someone to your ass to the pen. Like, what the fuck? How you do that?
she threatened to have someone shoot up her home. After officers and National Guard members reportedly checked the area, it's alleged Govan sent yet another message saying, quote, the National Guard can't save you. They can't be there forever. Well, Friday's arraignment did not take forever. In fact, it was over within a matter of minutes. But things are far from resolved as final directives were given.
You will be ordered to stay away from the alleged victim.
This was followed by the judge informing the accused bond was set at $4,000. Govan left the same way he came, flanked by extra security, headed back to lockup. Govan telling the court he could pay that $4,000 bond. The judge has since ordered him back to court Monday. We'll keep you updated on what happens next.
And the judge told Govan if convicted of the 2 misdemeanors, he could be sentenced to just shy of 1 year in lockup.
Govan is the one who beat the murder of Young Dolph. Okay, he was found not guilty. But it seems as if, some of the paper route affiliates are still, not over the fact that old Govan is a free man. Now, paper route Sammy, or Castagna Sammy as they call him, he pulled up on old Govan and he said this was at a park. Now, it seems as if they set this whole altercation up to meet up and, box it out or whatever they was going to do. But it looks like Castagna Sammy got the best of old Govan being choked out by Sammy. And also, Sammy claims that he gave Govan a cartoon knot on one of his eyes. Let's check out the video, man. Run it.
Here at Renewal by Anderson, right now, get
that nigga Govan done got fucking hands, feet, toes like you, yo. This is different, bro. That nigga put the camera up, Nandada.
Come on, Goon. Come on, Goon. Come on, Goon. Man, come on, Goon. Man, Goon. You in your gas, 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 Goon. Come on, Goon. Come on, just come out here, Goon. Just come out here, Goon. Come on, Goon. I know you gonna do good. I know you gonna do good. So you scared, cuz. Oh God, bro, scared, fool. Bro. Mom, what's up there? Oh God, I'm in the nose. Come on, hustle! Come on, hustle! You know? Hello? Are you cool? Fuck around with him. Fuck around with him. Fuck around with him. Fuck around with him. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him! Beat him! Beat him! Beat him! Stop playing with me! Beat him! Beat him! Come on, man! They ain't fucking with me now! Stop that! I'm diving now with it. I'm now with it. No cap. Stop playing. Yeah. Like that, you after like
Gave him the clout, GG. Gave him the mother effing clout, the data. You know what I'm saying? This dude. That's different, bro.
You want to pull my hair, cuz? That's not that. What the fuck, cuz? You pulling her? Ah, you have to beat you. I have to beat you. Stop that. Come on, man.
You can pull it here.
Hey, I stopped that, cuz. These hoes hurt. Stop that. These hoes hurt. Stop that.
That nigga was like, yo, that nigga started pulling my hair. I knew I was gonna lay him out. The daughter, like, what the fuck? The daughter, once he started, if someone starts pulling your hair, he can't beat you. The daughter, what the fuck you doing pulling hair, bro? Like, pulling. What the fuck you over here trying to pull someone's hair, bro? What are you doing?
Niggas like we can pull up and jet. We can pull up and jet for real. Stop that. I'm with all that. I'm God. Niggas in the know with it. Let's stop that. Nigga, I pulled my heart. Get your ass in. Oh God. Boy, shit like this. That boy shit like this. I have a charge in mind. I don't get no fuck. Oh God. You stop playing with this shit, dog. Literally.
Nah, no lie, his eye was fucked up. So he got beat before he went to jail. Got beat in jail. The daughter got beat there. The daughter there go. Yo, he gonna have mad stories to talk about now. The daughter.
Well, damn, Govan, you should have been bobbing and weaving. That nigga hit your ass with everything except a long-lived Dolph before he took off on your ass. Now let's slide over here to my boy.
That's a fact. He said this for Dolph, nigga.
CEO King Munchie, who had words with Govan before, and you know, it looked like he was about to go there, but the situation got diffused. Let's see what he had to say about the whole situation, being that him and Govan did have, you know, words that could have led to a deadly altercation if they would have ran into each other. Let's check it out.
Have you considered going through the UCC process?
Govan's a fucking clown. He showed that he's just a fucking buffoon. That these people that
CEO King Munchie, man. We live from the track hawk, man. We just had a South Memphis beating going on around this joint, man. I'm talking about, man, beat the meat off this taco, man. I'm talking about, man, knock the dough off this biscuit, man. Man, quick. You talk all that mother, man. You can't fight work, but damn, man. I'm talking about that, man. Peter rolled your mother. Hey, man, I'm talking about you had no wind, man. And I ain't talking about breathing, man. I'm talking about, yeah, you had no wind, man. I'm talking about, man, choked you out, man. Impeded the breath, man. Then said, what do you do? Your reply was, it's over with, man. Your reply was a choking. I'm talking about, man, that man at them first licks, boom. Them joke coming like, boom, nigga. Boom! Ooh, that young nigga put them hands on you, man. I'm talking about, man, we're supposed to put some real paws on you, man. I'm talking about, man, you sucker, man. That's how we treat that boy around there, man. That's how he get treated, man. We treat, man. I'm talking about, man, we serving these boys, man, around this joint, man. It ain't no motherfucking game in the motherfucking city, man. Man, I love Memphis, man. Man, I'm so happy somebody put them hands on that, man. Yeah, man, I want some. CEO King Munchie, live from the track hawk.
Now, that was one of Govan's top ops, CEO King Munchie. And he says he also wants to put hands, feet, toes, and elbows on old Govan and knock the FBI wires off of him. Wow. Yikes. And as you heard, Munchie gave his opinion on the beating that old Govan took from old Castelia Samuel, the PRE affiliate, right? Long live Dolph. Now, it wouldn't be right if another top op of old Govan's, because, you know, Govan seems to make more enemies than friends, but then he turns around and eventually becomes friends with the enemies that he created. But Woody had a lot to say about old Govan because, you know, of course, they fell out as well, and it's been hell ever since. Let's check out what Woody had to say about old Govan being locked up because he celebrated. Check it out. Run.
Oh, they locked up, y'all. Hernandez Govan. The boy so broken, poor, and homeless. He had to go.
I don't know, little Woody. You type happy, he knocked off the dollar. You too happy. I think because you was about to fight him the dollar. You should have been like, damn, you knocked off the dollar. I was about to beat your ass the dollar for that. You over here a little too happy. What it is?
Yeah, he was starving, y'all. Yeah, they broke ass locked up. And he locked up for stalking. That's how you know he broke, busted in discussion, man. Time been through him. It's okay. One thing about it, man. Yeah, y'all know how the rooster is. Yep. Just wake up mad. You feel me? What type of go to jail for stalking? You feel me? And knowing Hernandez Govan, it was a...
Nah, that's a fact, dog. What type of nigga go to jail for stalking, nigga? Like you a mad, he's right, dog. You a grumpy ass dude, dog. You a grump, dog. You going to jail for stalking, you a fucking grump, dog. Don't you got like your day and food scheduled, dog? You ain't got nothing to eat, dog. Certain times, dog. You got shit to do, dog. You ain't gonna schedule your day out, dog. You just stalking. Like, what the fuck? While the National Guard's over there, like, that's different too. But stalking is wild crazy, bro.
Man, he was stalking another man, y'all. Been hanging over there with Charles White a little too long. It rubbing off on him. Who else you finna tell on to get out, sucker? Yeah, make sure y'all tag that sucker. Let him know. You get what you put out, fool. You put all that bad energy in the universe. You too old to be acting like that anyway. You went to jail for stalking, man. Whoever follow you, follow your ass right into the ground, bitch.
Well, damn. Yeah, Woody sounding very, very sincere.
Oh, he ain't playing the Dada. He's standing on business, the Dada. I don't know, man. What are you over here to say different, the Dada? But
with his words in that video, though.
Two rats fighting over the cheese, the Dada. But the Dada, you ain't got to. Y'all gotta stay righteous, the Dada. Y'all supposed to throw on the gloves.
Oh, Govan, right? Saying that whoever follows Govan is gonna follow him into the ground. Bitch, damn. Some cold shit there. And, that could be, considered as a threat or whatnot. But at this point, these guys have been going back and forth and hurling threats each other's directions, right? But wait, there's more. Like Woody say, Hernandez Govan, he has responded to old Woody. And he said he seen that video that Woody put out. And this is what Govan had to say. Check it out. Run it.
Hey, well, Draco, I seen your little video. Boy, you was happy and cheering like a motherfucker when I went to jail, huh? The same way you was when you snitched on all your friends. You took down the whole Atlanta. Boy, you a sucker. The only I'm chasing the work in Chase Bank ain't telling about no thing. I'm telling about is a chicken tender dipped in lemon pepper. You got me. You's a straight clown. But the shit I'm finna do today, I'm finna get real foul with you, boy. Yeah, I'm finna do some shit to make you come look for me. Since you hide. And I heard Offset and Finesse done locked it in. What you waiting on? The deal on the table. You ain't gotta do nothing but sign the paperwork. You scared, boy. You scared to fight me because you know what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna snatch your heart out in front of the...
Damn, Govan and fucking Woody's gonna fight on the car with fucking Offset and Finesse?
World, boy.
Expedia is the place to bundle and save on flight.
Offset standing down the Dada for his that's crazy. The Dada for takeoff the Dada. He's coming at mob ties with it, the Dada. He ain't playing the Dada. That's ill, the Dada. Shout out to Offset.
Happen if Govan and Woody actually was to run across each other like Castelia Sammy, who I don't think Govan was prepared for, because Govan is talking about putting hands on Woody right before the situation with Castelia Sammy happens. And obviously, Castelia Sammy had his camera, his phone set up with the Facebook live streaming, right? While he was giving Govan the stomp down out there at this park or wherever they met at. Damn, some cold shit. And Govan, you do know that Castelia Sammy, he spared you, man, because he could have easily panned that camera over and showed your eye. Like he said, your shit was, on Orange Mound for real. You know what I'm talking about? Had a mound on.
And he wasn't lying, the Dada, because your mugshot, you did have a fucking lump on your eye.
That motherfucker, they could have threw a baseball off that bitch. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But, you better be glad he, spared you and then show that on that video, man. Now, I ain't going to give you no narrative. I'm going to give you the rundown. There's more to the story. Don't y'all know even after Govan went to jail for the stalking and harassing, and threatening to shoot up his ex-girlfriend's house while her child was there with her, right? Telling her things like the National Guard can't be there to always save you. Even after all that, he bonds out, runs into Castelia Sammy, right? Gets the informant wires beat off of him out there at that park. Big cartoon not left on his eye.
Nah, he different, Dada. That nigga's a different type of breed, Dada. That nigga's a different type of breed, Dada. He choked him out too, Dada. Like, what are you doing, bro? How you get a stalking charge, bro? You only got a stalking charge because you a fucking imbecile, Dada. That shit hit different, bro. Like, how this nigga get a stalking charge? That's what I want to know, bro. Like, Govan Hernandz, Dada done got himself caught up, Dada, for a stalking charge. Now he's about to fucking Big Joke. Oh, he knows Big Joke. He knew who was driving the cars. Now, who was driving the cars, bro? Go ahead. The nigga who killed Big Joke is out, Dada. Oh, yeah? You know this? Where is he, Dada? We want to know where he at. That's what we want to do. That's I mean, you know where he at, Dada? He's breathing on earth. Like, who is he, Dada? Like, this nigga's a different type of breed. Then he's going to come out Little Woody, Dada. So, you know, they're going to fucking try to flush him like that. At least Little Woody, Dada, I have to understand. Little Woody's a good dude, Dada. They let Little Woody breathe, Dada. But this man got locked up for the weird. This thing got a stalking charge. How the fuck you get a stalking charge, broski? Huh, Dada? How does stalking charge even get involved with you being a real one, Dada? Like, you got, like, what are you doing?
For a state warrant, if that name sounds familiar to you, he is the man acquitted in the case of Young Dolph's murder. Govan was arrested today, though, on new charges, according to Memphis police.
It is Govan, the alleged mastermind that was acquitted for the murder.
You didn't know this for Dolph. This is for Dolph, Dada. They still doing it for Dolph. It's 2026 and they still doing it for Dolph. Yo, Dada, shout out to Dolph's team. Shout out to PRE, Dada. Shout out to everybody out there that just been outstanding, Dada, being loyal to Dolph, Dada, and doing what was right, Dada. They went against the grain, Dada. They showed that, Dada, they used angels out there aggressively too, Dada, and they wasn't playing, bro.
Heard of the rapper Young Dolph. He was arrested for stalking and harassment recently. Check it out. Run it.
You shot straight, but you shot late. Holla at me. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
Action News 5's Imani Williams joining us live now. Imani, what are these new charges?
Well, according to MPD, stalking and harassment. Govan allegedly harassed the victim, threatened to shoot up her home, and post explicit photos of her on social media. Now, the charges stem from a June 4th domestic-related incident, according to MPD. The warrant was issued on the 10th, and today, MPD's fugitive unit arrested him near Getwell and American Way. Now, nearly a year ago, Govan faced a jury during his own trial on first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder charges related to Young Dolph's death. He was ultimately acquitted.
Say, man, hey, man, it's OG Jacario. Now I'm back at you with a fast one, just like the last one. And look, Hernandez Govan is back in the headlines again, you guys.
Yeah, you know Govan Dada been on a fucking bench, Dada, because he don't look like this, Dada. That ain't the Govan that we know, Dada. This chubby face Govan right here, Dada. Govan Dada, he got the skinny face, Dada. That nigga's over there staking out in the bushes, Dada, doing some stalking missions, Dada. Like, you can't do that, bro. Like, you actually stalking Dada, that's different. That's a different situation.
Guess what? This time, old Govan was arrested on more charges of harassment and stalking. And I say more because he had a previous case in the past of the same type of charge where he was stalking this lady before. And I believe this happened out there in Mississippi.
Hernandez Govan clearly ignoring my questions Wednesday.
This thing, wow, Dada. This dude got a whole nother stalking charge, Dada. So he stalked before, bro. So this dude stalked before, Dada. Like, he been stalked. Like, yo, come on, Dada.
Morning as he waits to enter South Haven Municipal Court. Court records show 44-year-old Govan was stopped by South Haven police Sunday evening near the intersection of Getwell Road and Dickerson Drive. He is charged with traffic violations and was served a warrant for a stalking and harassment incident in 2019 in Olive Branch.
Can you comment on the arrest or the warrant out of Olive Branch that you were served with?
I went by the address in Olive Branch connected to the 2019 warrant, but no one answered the door. Govan is currently also on bond and facing charges for his alleged role in the shooting death of rapper Young Dolph in 2021. Records from Wednesday's court.
Wow, they went to the Addy to go find out what the hell happened with him. That's different right there, That's a whole different situation.
Court appearance in South Haven show Govan charged with driving while license suspended, expired tag, and a fugitive from justice charge dismissed. After leaving court Wednesday, Govan again had nothing to say.
Can you talk to us about what's going to happen now? Mr. Govan.
Where the evening finds its perfect finish.
That's different, bro. What the fuck? You see? He thought he was unstoppable. He thought that he was John Gotti of the YouTube. He thought he was gonna be something. Nah, GG. Hold up.
Back here in South Haven Municipal Court on July 24th on those traffic charges. He's also scheduled for an August 20th hearing in DeSoto County Court relating to that 2019 incident in Olive Branch. For your news leader in DeSoto County, I'm Mike Suriani, WREG News Channel 3.
And Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy told WREG his office will review Govan's South Haven arrest and determine whether it will impact his upcoming September trial relating to Young Dolph's murder.
As the report is saying, look, this is what Govan did in the midst of this. He took it to the next level in this story about this stalking and harassment case to want to shoot up this lady's house, threatening to, obviously kill her is what they were saying.
What the? This dude over here threatening a lady, like, yo, that's beyond me, like.
Let's be honest, if you shoot up somebody's house and you happen to shoot them in the process, right? And those bullets do hit that residence, these people could possibly face death. So, being that he was only booked on misdemeanor says a lot, It's not an attempted murder charge or anything like that, but let's look at the report. A man acquitted last year of planning Memphis rapper Young Dolph's murder was arrested on June the 11th by Memphis police officers. And even Govan said himself after the trial of Dolph that, he was acquitted on, that he was leaving Memphis.
You heard your attorney say if you're black and poor in Memphis, this is what happens. Who would be your words of advice?
He said he was leaving Memphis, now he's fighting and people in the park, like, what the, like, getting beat up, and like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing, bro, with yourself,
Leave Memphis.
Do you plan on leaving Memphis, sir?
Of course.
Well, still in Memphis, going through this type of bullshit right here as we see.
So, Bonnie, you mentioned the trial, and of course, we know that you covered it extensively. What did he say when he was found not guilty?
I mean, he said he was happy to be free and that he planned on leaving Memphis, but we see now he is still here. So he was just one person that the investigators looked into during the investigation into Dolph's murder. So I sat down with a true crime podcaster who takes me behind the scenes of that investigation.
Now, according to the Memphis Police Department, Hernandez Govan, who was 47 years old, was charged with stalking and harassment. The incident, the department said in a press release, was domestic. The charges did not immediately appear to have a connection to the Young Dolph case. Now, hold on now. These people arrested Govan in Memphis, right? And they said this was a warrant, if I'm mistaken. An arrest warrant, just says it right here. For Govan, an arrest warrant for Govan was issued on June the 10th after a domestic related incident was reported on June the 4th. Wow. So Govan allegedly repeatedly harassed the victim, threatened to shoot up her residence, and threatened to post explicit content of her on the social media networks. And MPD said in a statement, all these things that were alleged that I just said about Govan. This is why he was arrested. Now, the Memphis PD department said that Hernandez Govan was arrested without incident, and a bond was not set yet, and additional details about the incident were not available at the time of publication of this article. And after the acquittal, like I mentioned earlier, Govan, is now back in jail after he said he was going to leave Memphis. But as we see, he's still there catching cases. And now, as I mentioned earlier as well, he had a similar incident where he was stalking a female out there in Mississippi, as the reports read. Now, Govan has these charges of stalking and harassment. And with his history of being, an alleged mastermind that was acquitted of these murder charges, this woman was probably, scared to death, obviously, because, he was, this person of interest that happened to be in this, famous rapper's death murder, trial that went on, and he beat these charges, right? So if he was threatening this lady, okay, threatening to shoot up her house, she probably did feel as if, he would allegedly do this, to her. Because think about it. What would make a man threaten a woman with shooting up her house? That's a real dangerous, deadly threat, right? And, I'm pretty sure it had to be something along the lines of she knows something, that she said something during the heated argument, whatever, during the back and forth banter that they had with each other that obviously took place.
Yo, it doesn't matter what they had their back and forth, this dude, right, sees the National Guard outside, he says the National Guard can't save you. That's the National Guard. Why is the National Guard even outside So she called the National Guard to come talk to her, and you still blatantly playing? Like, what are you talking about? That's different, bro. You go peek you see a National Guard outside you're like, oh, National Guard can't say it. You really
respond or reply in such a manner, right, with this threat. What did she say to Govan, right? You know how you pillow talk, maybe she knows something about Glenn that, she triggered him with, hey, I'll tell such and such. Don't forget, I know about that little deal, that little dilly-dally that you had going on. And, stuff like that can lead to, possibly, allegedly, who knows, making threats after a female tends to, expose him in a certain way or whatever it may be. It had to be something very, very important, is what I'm saying, to, threaten Govan for him to respond in a manner to this woman to shoot up her house, right? Do that if you want to.
But you don't think that she's told them what she said to Dada? So what did she say to Dada? What she was saying? Maybe he owed her money. What are you saying?
Oh, sir. Wow. Remember?
Oh, nah, he said he was gonna show her nudes or whatever the case may be, Dada. He's gonna start showing her nudes, Dada. If you do this, you do that, then I'll do this.
Suspect in the murder trial. Now beat it. See, that right there scares the shit out of somebody, because they think like, oh man, what if he does something to me and he beats it? So who knows, man? This shit is crazy, right? And, at the same time, when we look back at how Hernandez Govan, maneuvered his way out with his slick lawyer that he hired, Manny Aurora, who obviously, is a super attorney, as they call him, right? He gets people off no matter if they're allegedly guilty or innocent. Either way, he, has a way of conveying his defense, in these different trials for his clients, where he's getting these people off on murder charges. And some people feel like even the DA, Steve Morrow, and I say that because in this clip I'm going to show you, he felt as if, hey, they had all the evidence to convict Hernandez Govan, and they were so sure, right, that Dolph, family would get justice for his murder. And they knew for certain that Govan, which had evidence of, him communicating with one of the shooters, all right, Cornelius Smith, 3 different pieces of evidence that were shown in court that they had contact with each other 3 days after the murder of Dolph on November the 20th. And they, had the duration on each call. At least 2 of them was, past 1 minute. One of them was 2 minutes, I think. And the last call, and these are all called simultaneously around the same time, around 12 o'clock, 3 days later after Dolph's death. And the last call, I think, was like 9 seconds, 7 seconds, something like that. But yeah, man, so, Govan said that everything that Cornelius had said about him, was a lie.
And they know everybody's seen it. That Cornelia Smith was just sitting up there just lying.
Yeah, as soon as he threatened her, she was like, yo, what the fuck, If someone's not really in base with reality, there's like, oh, he got away with the Young Dolph situation. He's acting like he's a big killer, Like, we gonna have to, like, oh my God, she called the National Guard on this nigga, She ain't called the regular cops. She said, no, she don't want regular cops. Regular cops can't save her, Like, he beat the state, so she went, she called National Guard on him, fuck it. She was like, you know what I'm saying? This is the only, like, she can't call someone from the state, He's saying that he got cops on payroll. He's saying he got the cops on payroll, so he scared the shit out of this lady or whoever she is, And she wasn't playing, She called Interpol on him. Real shit. She wasn't playing. She called the whole Interpol on this dude,
Saying shit that with no factual basis, just trying to get himself out of a jam.
He had a whole lot of time to sit around and think of this lie, but everything he said about the other guy who was involved, straight drop, Justin Johnson, the other shooter who was with Cornelia Smith. Justin Johnson received a life sentence with 35 years on top of that. Okay, so it's never getting out. Okay, and he lost his appeal for that matter of fact as well. So you have Cornelia Smith now receiving only 20 years for his cooperation against Straight Drop and Govan, even though Govan, slipped through the cracks with his attorney, who was able to place that reasonable doubt there in the jury's mind. And one of the jurors are going to tell you in this clip right here how Govan and his lawyer, Manny Aurora, were able to get this not guilty verdict on two different accounts of those charges. Check it out. Run.
New on your news leader at 4, an exclusive sit-down interview. We're hearing from the foreman of the jury in the murder trial of Hernandez Govan last week. After 3 days of testimony and 3 hours of deliberations, the jury returned with a verdict. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. Govan was indicted in connection to the shooting death of Memphis rapper Young Dolph.
But the jury foreman is telling WREG's Jurita Patterson in this exclusive interview that a lack of evidence meant there was no other option but to acquit.
But the jury foreman is telling WREG's Jurita Patterson in this exclusive interview that a lack of evidence meant there was no other option but to acquit.
Bob told us that they were going to.
Damn, he gave I feel like they feel a little bit sympathy for him, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit happened. They see that he lost somebody. You know what I'm saying? He tried to give him the 10. They didn't take it. So he's like, yo, you know what?
And under the agreement, their voice will be altered. The foreperson for the 12-member jury that acquitted Hernandez Govan is speaking exclusively to your news leaders.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Hernandez Govan, not guilty.
From the moment the 12 jurors plus 4 alternates were chosen.
You put 16 strangers in a room and tell them, hey, you guys got to live together for a week.
And the seriousness of the situation was made all too clear, even at the hotel where they were kept secluded. No phones, no clock radios, no outside influences.
Instead of just taking the power cord, they tore the TVs off the wall.
As the trial stretched on, there was one witness for the state, Cornelia Smith, an admitted gunman who was most memorable, we were told, but not for the reason the prosecution was pinning its hopes on.
Statement after statement, he's rebutted by his own statement. So if this is the prosecution's star witness, that case should have never went to trial.
In the end, it's not what was said or even presented that left the jurors deciding Govan should be cleared of all charges.
It's not what was there, it's what wasn't there.
A final decision was then reached with a show of hands.
You have to understand that I don't think anybody, but I'll just go with myself, felt great about the verdict. You have to understand that I don't think anybody, but I'll just go with myself, felt great about the verdict.
Before the switch was flipped, signaling to the court after 3 hours of deliberation, the decision was made. But we are not done yet. The jury.
I wonder if they like, yo, they should have took they should have had the family of Young Dolph take the 10 years, that he was trying to offer them the dollar, or they're like, yo, fuck it, the dollar. They want him out, the dollar. They want him to come home, the dollar. They ain't trying to fucking think. It is what it is, bro. Let him come home, bro. Let him, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, GG. Who knows what it is, the dollar? But look at the dollar. Look what he did, the dollar. He ain't do nothing but trick himself out of his position again, the dollar. And this time he did. He thought he was going to have to do something, the dollar. He thinking it's petty. He thinks this is petty, the dollar. Maybe he thought it was petty, the dollar. Maybe he thought he was playing, the dollar. Maybe he thought he could be just talking like that, the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to post this shit, all that crazy shit. So you got to, you know what I'm saying? Stand up business. It's a crazy situation. It's a crazy situation. But this for Dolph, they said.
We spoke with says this was emotional for those that had to make such a difficult decision. The four persons.
Like, why he say he slid on Big Joke? That's crazy. He said he slid on Big Joke. That's why he's like, that's crazy.
The message to Young Dolph's family. That story at 5 o'clock. Reporting for your news leader, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
And although Hernandez Govan was cleared, one of the state's star witnesses, Cornelius Smith, is still awaiting his sentencing hearing.
And, it's very shocking that, his lawyer, Manny Aurora, was able to, place that reasonable doubt there in that jury's mind to acquit Govan on not just one charge of, first degree murder, but also another charge of conspiracy to commit that murder. Check it out. Run.
You never know what a jury is going to do. We have to respect a jury's decision, even if we strongly disagree with it. And we will continue to do everything we can to make sure that everybody responsible for Young Dolph's murder is held accountable.
Prosecutors called him the mastermind behind Young Dolph's.
Shit, that's that lawyer said it like he said. Even if he does get locked up, we still looking for the people who's accountable for the Young Dolph. Like, it wasn't him, the dollar. He's going to be looking for the people who's accountable for it.
Murder. Today, Hernandez Govan is planning life as a free man. Thanks for joining us for the News at 6. I'm Greg Hurst. Stephanie is off tonight. We continue our coverage of today's not guilty verdict as the Memphis rapper's fans and loved ones continue their search for justice. WRG's Brian Dillake joins us now live at the Shelby County Courthouse in downtown Memphis. And Brian, two legal teams, two very different reactions today.
Greg, two very different reactions. When you heard the words not guilty read aloud not once but twice on one side of the room where the defense was, you could see a sigh of relief. But on the other side where prosecutors were, they were visibly upset with the jury's decision.
The family obviously was very distraught, did not want to speak to the media, but they did say that they didn't blame the trial team.
Emotion still high after Shelby County jury cleared Hernandez Govan of all charges.
We, the jury, found the defense.
Look at this dude right here, the dollar. Don't cry, the dollar. You're going to get yourself the dollar and put in a crazy situation like this, the dollar, for less fortunate, the dollar, when you have to be the most fortunate, the dollar, getting off this, the dollar. That's a fact.
Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside.
This dude done put himself in a hole. Did you get off this, you got a stalking charge? Like,
there is no Monday night quarterbacking when it comes to what should or shouldn't have happened during the trial. He maintains Govan facilitated the 2021 murder of Memphis rapper Adolph Thornton, known as Young Dolph.
Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy saying there is no Monday night quarterbacking when it comes to what should or shouldn't have happened during the trial. He maintains Govan facilitated the 2021 murder of Memphis rapper Adolph Thornton, known as Young Dolph.
And we believe we have sufficient evidence to demonstrate that, otherwise we wouldn't have brought the case in the first place.
And we believe we have sufficient evidence to demonstrate that, otherwise we wouldn't have brought the case in the first place.
Mulroy says while the verdict did not meet his expectations, justice is still being served.
Of the people that were involved, we went to trial and got a conviction against Justin Johnson, who was serving a life sentence. And we also intend to make sure that Cornelius Smith, who has been cooperating and has admitted his role in the murder, will also be held accountable.
Cornelius Smith, one of the admitted shooters, testified against Govan and convicted gunman Justin Johnson. His testimony a key part.
That's crazy, because Cornelius said that Govan was the one that said something of that. That's crazy when you got somebody on like, yo, they like got somebody on the stand pointing the finger at you, Cornelius Smith, and he still, it doesn't even matter, he still got that.
Part of the prosecution's case claiming he was recruited by Govan for the $100,000 hit ordered by Big Juke of rival record label CMG. The prosecution during the trial bringing up communications between Smith and Govan in the months leading up to Dolph's murder.
Then at 12:10 a.m. or 1000 hours, you have Cornelius Smith's cellular device showing 3 outgoing calls to a telephone number that belonged to Hernandez Govan.
The jury finding reasonable doubt in the prosecution's case, resulting in an acquittal of Govan, who is now a free man.
It's hard to explain the feeling of knowing you got your life back. And it's one of the best feelings I've ever experienced. And I'm just happy to be free.
Mulroy says while he can't change the jury's decision, the fight continues for justice.
We will continue to do everything we can to make sure that everybody responsible for Young Dolph's murder is held accountable.
Now, as of lately, Govan has been in the news because it was a reported ATV accident that he was in, and people didn't know his, a condition. They didn't,
Yo, this dude, they be in an ATV accident, doing this, doing that, like, a lot of shit just following you, it just follows you, GG. So you gotta stay more aware than ever, This dude, Govan, he got off, from allegedly, Mastermind in the situation with Young Dolph, You get off from there, you still playing around, You see the National Guard down there, You still playing around, like you really did it, This is, what I'm saying? He really did it, GG. That was a straight act. He thought he was about to antagonize this lady. This lady's like, yo, this nigga just got off the Young Dolph hit, y'all just let him, She didn't want to call the regular police, so she called the National Guard, and he said the National Guard can't say you, like, yo, that's the National Guard. Who the fuck you think you are, Go on, so fucking thing. So that's, you see what happened, Then he just feels like he's going to get out of court, come at everybody, come at Little Woody, come at it doesn't matter about the Little Woody situation, come at the PRE dude fighting him, like, what you do? You just got out, all that shit, it just intertwines, with what happened, it all coexists with each other, it all synced in, it's just been a bad couple days. Then you got fucked up by the PRE dude, then you went into jail, and you thought you was going to check in, and they checked into, and caught you there too, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's been a bad week for you, bro. So Govan Hernandz, had the worstest week, in his mother effing life, and in 2026, June 17th, and they still doing this shit for Dolph, They still doing this shit for love. This for Dolph, They sliding for Dolph, They catching the face for Dolph, They catching people, They meeting up with people for Dolph, They getting it right for Dolph, This for Dolph, 2026, still doing it for Dolph, And they've been putting them numbers up, The scoreboard definitely looks crazy, You know what I'm saying? So life's what you make it, GG. It's a crazy world out there, bro. So y'all gotta stay in your pivot, stay more aware than ever, you know what I'm saying? Be in the highest frequency, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you smile and make sure you understand life got me, you don't get caught up, in no shenanigans, because Govan Hernandz, is a bozo, he's a joke, and we gotta stay more aware than ever, you know what I'm saying? All the disclaimers, all the shit that he been saying, all the shit that he been doing. Oh, I was the young juke, big juke situation. I know where everybody at. This is that. This is the third. Or this shit, Yo Gotti shit, like, this is what it is, GG, right? When you're doing shit like that, you have to be the most righteous, Why the fuck are you stalking people? That don't even make sense, That's the only thing that people ain't getting, Why are you stalking people, especially the female, like that goes over niggas' heads, GG. So you gotta stand more away. You gonna let a stalker try to fuck up your whole situation when you just came, and the jury, just said not guilty to you, so you gotta stand on business, You don't understand that, GG? So we gotta stand all the way more aware than ever, You know what I'm saying? We gotta stand on business, Remember, God chose you because he knew he could trust you, You gotta stand on business, This nigga Govan, just threw his whole life, to what? Who you threw your life to, What Govan Hernandz threw his life to, Like, bro, you just fucking came off, the most publicized, trial, of the year, crazy, It's Young Dolph, You know what I'm saying? And they pointed the finger. Kalinia Smith actually fucking pointed the finger, put you in paperwork, it said it to you, and your ass think that you just big, and you just got too big, now you want to scare ladies, You used the fucking Young Dolph situation, to scare a lady. Like, you could have been scaring these interviewers or Little Woody or some shit. You should have scared Little Woody, like, yo, you know what? I'm way different than you, Like, but why are you scaring a lady, That's all I don't get. Like, you was doing that. You and Little Woody should have had y'all back and forth. Y'all should have been doing whatever y'all case, whatever y'all doing, But that's just beyond me, for you, to just be stalking the lady, coming at her like that. It's a whole different situation, GG. Like, Govan Hernandz, this thing is a different type of breed, That's a fact, But you already nizzy, We here, doing our Million Man Monster, We here, doing what we gotta do, We are the most highest, Make sure every day you smell, Make sure you know that we in the elevator. Who's elevated? God's elevator. Our way to the top, Remember, God chose you, so you know to trust you, Remember, look at these people's downfalls, and look at them very carefully, and be like, yo, you know what? You love your life, love yourself, These people probably don't love themselves too much, because they've been through too much, and they pain, so they just, you know what I'm saying, they unfocused, Love yourself, love who you are, love who you tend to be, Staying on business, Remember, God chose you because he knew he could trust you, God's best kept secret, so stand on business. Remember that, That's a finny ending, no act, At all times, I stand on business. At all times, you stand on what you believe in, you do what you want to do, you live the wholes and the most highest, Remember, God chose you because he knew he could trust you, If you mark it, we gonna spark it. If you ping it, we gonna sting it. If you drop the low, we gonna flock this slow, You tag this, so we're bringing the static, hyenas, you heard, and stay more aware, you heard. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get acquainted with us on a daily, Sign the memberships, You get the contact, You know what I'm saying? Sign the memberships up, That's what you make it, GG. Join up, Hyenas is here, and we doing our 1-2s, you heard? Real shit, Stay coherent in the shadows, Big dog, Pop and I lead, You stay more aware than ever, You heard? And Govan, You just blew your second chance, but hey, maybe you got 9 lives, Maybe we might see a fucking, we might see this nigga, just have 30 chances, Who knows if this nigga be out tomorrow? We won't be surprised if we see Govan Hernandz, doing an interview tomorrow, like, yo, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, And you see Black Youngster and Yo Gotti and shit like that, going through and shit like that. So you gotta stand on business, GG. Govan Hernandz, he looks like he's ready to throw somebody underneath the bus, anytime given. He's ready to throw someone underneath the bus, This thing is ready to fucking flock on somebody right now, GG. So that's just what it is, GG. So it's a funny situation. So we're gonna stand on business, We're gonna stay on there. We're gonna stand on more aware than ever. Govan Hernandz, is a clown. He's a bozo. He's a, you know what I'm saying? He's an imbecile, You use this, the Young Dolph situation, all that clout you got to scare a lady, a female. Like, damn, all that publicity you got, you got to scare a female. You couldn't stand on business, You couldn't come at fucking Little Woody, try to get him, to come out his pockets and stuff like that. You could have come at Rallo. You could have come at these people. You want to come at a female, Gigi. They probably wasn't hearing what you had to say, Dada. Maybe they already knew that you a gimmick, Dada, so they already trying to beat you, Dada. That's why, Dada. Then this nigga got belt to ass, like, dude, like, since you got beat up, Dada, by the Sammy dude, you know everybody, Dada, want to touch your ass, Dada. That's a fact. And he's going around, Dada, shoot as hell, Dada. So everybody's like, yo, I bet, Dada. Wait till he comes over here, Dada. You thought you was about to check in, Dada. Them niggas checked in right behind your ass, Dada, and gave you the beat down of your life, Dada. You never had that before, though. Before real niggas was like, yo, you know what? They going soft. Real niggas said, yo, they gonna have to check in, Dada. Yo, I'm going to look for this nigga, Dada. I'm checking in. What do you mean you're checking in? You're checking in for no reason, Dada? Yeah, I'm checking in, Dada. I gotta find this dude, Dada. I'm on a mission. 5 niggas checked in, nigga, looking for your ass, Dada. What the hell? You thought you was gonna get away that fast? Hell no, Dada. They on your ass, Dada. They overthinking, Dada. So you think, Dada, that you just gonna go somewhere and you ain't gonna, it's not gonna happen. But a lot of people ain't gonna do that. But they did it for Young Dolph. This for Dolph in 2026, Dada. You know what I'm saying? They doing this shit for Dolph, Dada. 2026 June, Dada. They doing this for Dolph. Still doing it for Dolph. Still spinning, Dada, like a ceiling fan, standing on business, Dada. So that's a whole different situation. But anyway, Dada, y'all gotta stay righteous. Y'all gotta stand on business, Dada. Remember, God chose you because you knew you could trust you. Dada. The greatest ones.